first of all, well, before we get into it, make sure you get over to Kevin Kraft's page. Most of you came here from his page or from Rocky's page. For those of you that aren't subscribed to Kevin Kraft, check out the annotations below here. Get over to his page, check him out. Ford is actually about to give him a car to do some stuff with, so we'll be touring the country now, and probably in a four-door Ford Festiva. So go check that out. Make sure you get over there and support the video that he has about the Ford Festiva, and help him get that car. He's a partner with, good God, 19,000 subscribers. So go help him out. Let's get into it. Yes, the title might be a little rough. It might seem a little out there, but it is valid. After all the shit that I've been watching all week long, I am baffled and blown away. Look, I'm a white guy. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a white guy. I'm very embarrassed by some of the upper crust, high, fat-ass, uppity white cats at the CPAC convention. Now, I know a lot of you don't know what the CPAC convention was, but this is a gathering of the conservative. Now, let me say something. I have friends that are politically conservative that would call themselves Republicans. They're still my friends because we just differ politically. They don't want world domination. They don't want the United Empire of America, because we do have over 500,000 troops in 121 different countries, and if you don't think that's an empire, you're out of your mind. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about the soon-to-be attempted terrorist attacks in our country by people on the severe militant Christian white right. At CPAC, not only did Rush Limbaugh, who I know a lot of you wonder why I'm obsessed with him, here's why. Have you seen him in the news? The Republican Party says he does not represent them, but he was the keynote speaker at their meeting. And this man said, here's what bipartisanship is. Here's what us agreeing with you is. We're going to kick your skull in and steamroll you until you do what we tell you. That's what he said. Ann Coulter wants me and everyone else shipped out of the country. She said it. But that's not what you need to be nervous about. See, I'm a guy that's for gun control, and I know that people get a little upset with me, but I don't see why you at your home address should have an AK-47 in your house. I've never seen a deer that needed to be laid out by a fully automated weapon. Now, I don't think all guns should be eliminated because of and even though in countries where guns are absolutely illegal, the murder rate is next to nil. The violent crime is next to nil. Having said that, it is America. America was settled with weapons. I'm not an idiot. It's one of those things where even though I'm in the minority on it, where I don't want the weapons, I also understand that this is a democracy, and you vote on these kind of things, and most people disagree with me, and I get that. Having said that, let me tell you what the president of the NRA said. And that is the National Rifle Association, by the way. That is the foundation that was founded immediately after the KKK was banned by our government. And it was founded by the same people who resided over the KKK. Just to give you a little history of the NRA. So some of you are members and you might not know that that's where it came from. So it's not the National Rifle Association. It's the National, if you're white, you should have a rifle association. The president of the National Rifle Association stood in front of elected officials and said, might not be politically correct for me to say this, but the people with the guns make the rules, and we have the guns. Let me ask you something, America. Does that not sound like a terrorist threat to you? Does that not sound like a small faction of people so militantly believing in their cause that they would shoot and kill you, a citizen, and me, especially me? They'd probably put my head on a stick and put it right out in front. Look what we did with the liberal fat ass. The people with the guns make the rules? Where do I live? Obama hasn't been president 2 months yet. Yet I watched a partner today, a partner, how the world works, a partner blame all of our deficit on Obama. Blamed it all on him. Said it's all his fault, Bush did nothing, everything's fucking his fault. If we didn't have that guy in office, none of this would be happening. You delusional fuck. People are in front of you right now. Guys, I know there's a lot of you young cats out there. You need to become a little more informed because people are rewriting history in front of you, and your children are not going to know any better because you only believe what you read. And in 50 years, people are going to believe Obama was Hitler and George W. Bush was the savior of the world, and we kicked him out because we were crazy. Now, that sounds crazy now. It won't sound so crazy in 50 years when that's what you read, because that's what they're writing and that's what they're saying. I don't know how to get my point across anymore, that these people aren't just a joke anymore. The Ann Coulters and the Rush Limbaughs and the president of the NRA and certain representatives who sat, elected officials, people you elected, sat in that conference. These are people serving our current president, sat in that conference and gave the president of the NRA a standing ovation for his comment, "The people with guns make the rules." And he even said, "I know that's going to make people's buttholes pucker across this country, and I don't care." Well, let me tell you something, you uppity mother. Partnership's going to be coming through soon. I got to watch the language limit. Let me tell you something, you scumbag piece of crap. You poster child for why abortion remains legal. Bring your gun to my house, you old shithead. Bring your weapons to my house. All of you severe right, and I don't mean the Republicans in this situation, I don't mean the Democrats, I mean the severe. You know who I'm talking to. Bring it. You want a war? Let me tell you something. My father served this country for a total of 50 years, United States government, military and civil service. I served the United States Air Force. My oldest sister was a goddamn in the criminal investigations department with the United States Army. My family serves this country. My family knows what it is to defend the rights of democracy in this country and the freedom to choose and the freedom to vote for your leader. The leader was voted for, we have him, and now you want him overthrown. You are calling for terrorist actions inside the walls of this great nation? I implore citizens of this country, go, get the name of the president of NRA. Go, write Rush Limbaugh's name down, Ann Coulter, these people that went and called for the overthrow of our government, and no one is doing anything because, oh, they're just silly and stupid. They're such a small group. Who cares? You know who else was a small group? The Nazis. Remember what happened there? You remember when the citizens, if you know your history and you read a little, the citizens of Germany going, they're just a tiny little group. Who cares? They're silly. Yeah, Rush Limbaugh is silly. The president of the NRA is silly. Ann Coulter is silly. And a tranny. They're silly. And just enough people will get behind them and giggle at what they're doing. And then when it's time and they become serious and people are getting murdered inside of our country, it's going to be a little too late to go, I had no idea. I thought they were silly. I'm disgusted. I'm appalled. And I say this to you openly. If you are a supporter, and I don't mean if you're an NRA supporter, I understand because there are PETA supporters out there. I'm a guy running out of time. I'm a guy who supports PETA, but the lady who runs PETA is a fucking loon. So you got to watch what you're doing. Let me know what you think, guys. Should that be allowed? Should that man have said what he said? Should he be allowed to say those guns make the rules? Is that not a terrorist attack? You tell me if that is not just a white Al-Qaeda, because that's all the fuck Al-Qaeda is. That's all they are. We want things to be our way, and even if you do not vote for them, we will blow you up. That's what the president of the NRA said. We lost an election, guys. Now let's go shoot the stupid nigger and fucking take back over. My name is Daryl Horner, and I'm beyond pissed. Rate, comment, and subscribe to me. Please, you don't understand the importance of this message. Find out who that man is. Get his name. Report him to whoever. Call your representative and ask them if they support his comments. See what they have to say. I'm out of here. I'm so effing pissed off right now. Can't believe this shit.